तुम ही दया के सागर प्रभु जी, तुम ही दया के सागर प्रभु जी, तुम ही पालनहारी। तुम ही दया के सागर प्रभु जी, तुम ही पालनहारी। चरण तुम्हीं से पाए बिकल, मन साँझ सकारे। जो भी तुम्हारी आस लगा के, ढाले उसकी कार। जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय। हे दुख भंजन तुम्हीं प्रणाम, हे दुख भंजन जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय रघुनंदन जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम। मानस भजले गुरु चरणम, दोसत भव सागर तरनम। मानस भजले गुरु चरणम, दोसत भव सागर तरनम। गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय, गुरु महाराज
गुरु जय जय।
भजले नाथ सद्गुरु जय जय,
भजननाथ सद्गुरु जय जय।
भजले नाथ सद्गुरु जय जय।
भजननाथ सद्गुरु जय जय।
मान
श्री गुरुवे नमः। ओम मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष, मंगलाय तनु हरि। प्रेम से बोलो व्यास महाराज की जय।
प्रेम से श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. Devotees, tonight I'm very honored to invite you once again to this three-night beginning or commencement of the three-night Gyan Yajna at the Shiva Ganesh Mandir. It's an honor and privilege to be with you and be in your company. We have the honor and the opportunity to listen to a very renowned Vyas all the way from Miami, Florida. He is very great in expounding on the scriptures and transcending ourselves to the greater beyond. I know Panditji will do exactly this tonight. And I invite you, before we hand the microphone to Panditji, his kirtan here will perform for us Aarti, so kindly stand.
श्रीरामा शरणं मम श्रीरामा शरणं मम श्रीरामा शरणं मम श्रीरामा शरणं मम श्रीरामा शरणं ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश बोले श्रीरामा सरस्वती की वीणा बोले श्रीरामा शरणं सरयू जी की लहरी बोले श्रीरामा श्री अवध की रजगन श्रीरामा शरणं मम श्रीरामा शरणं श्री हनुमत कथा से बोले नारद जी धनुष
वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। बाकी वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Let me hear all of you tonight. बाकी वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। आसन लीजिए, please take your seats. Swagatam, welcome, good evening, Sitaram, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Jai Guru Datta. Devotees, I ask all of you very lovingly tonight to please sit upright if you can. As you look to the beautiful altar here at Shiva Ganesh Mandir, I would like you to concentrate on that Murti of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha, Prathama Pujya Vinayaka. And as you look at his blissful form, the remover of all obstacles, Viganeshwara, Vinayaka. We of course seated tonight in the beautiful Shiva Ganesha Mandir. Father and Son indeed. I ask you gently to close your eyes now as you bring that image, that beautiful image of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha to the center of your forehead. And whatever type of week that you've just completed, work-wise, that is, school maybe. Whatever the trials and tribulations that reside within you, your family, in your minds. This world is dealing with a pandemic. And this, I believe, is perhaps one of the first gatherings here at Shiv Mandir Ganesha since 2020 when this pandemic began. Goswami Tulsidas ji writes in Ramayana, Satya Samagama Hari Katha, Tulsi Durlabh Doi, Sutdara or Lakshmi, Papi ke bhi hoi. It is only because of our good deeds or past karmas that we are able to sit tonight in Satsang. Sat means truth, and Sang is to assemble. On this first session of this beautiful 3-session Mahagyan Yajna, we call upon Prathama Pujya Vinayaka, Lord Ganesha, to bless us and to remove any and all obstacles that may stand in our way. Let us pray. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Sri Ganeshaye Namaha Shri Saraswatye Namaha Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namo Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. We go before the Divine Mother, Bhavani Shankarma. We call upon her tonight. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsthita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Now we go to Lord Shiva. Karapura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hrudayaravinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Now, Pavanaputra Hanumanji. Atulit Baladhamam Hema Shailabadeham Danujamana Krishanum Jnani Namagraganyam सकल गुण निधानम वानराणामधीशम रघुपति प्रिय भक्तम वात जातम नमामि। मुरली वाला, बांसुरी वाला, मोहन, the chakra in his body, our minds and body and soul become purified. वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमस्य धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्। परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतं धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो बाके वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Now that our minds, our bodies and souls have been pulverized with devotion, calling the names of Bhagwan. Tonight, being Friday night, of course, the night of the Devis, we have sung beautiful bhajans. I thank all the bhajanavalis, Ganesh bhajans, Guru bhajans. Tonight I'll ask Uncle Roy what he does very, very best here at the Shiva Ganesh Mandir, and chanting the Navdurga Raksha Mantra Stotram. A beautiful prayer calling all the 9 forms of the Devi. I want you to feel the Shakti and feel the energy. She's already here. Prem se bolo Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Mata ki Jai. Uncle Roy ji.
मोक्षधाम विश्वमंगला स्वनाथाम भागस्तं भक्तानुग्रहकारिणीं। ॐ जगजननी देवी रक्षक जगदम्बा जननी रक्षा करो।
ओम नवदुर्गा नमः। ओम जगजननी नमः। ओम नवदुर्गा नमः। ओम जगजननी नमः।
ओम कात्यायनी मैया रक्षा करो। ओम पापनाशनी अम्बे रक्षा करो।
ओम नवदुर्गा नमः। ओम जगजननी नमः। ओम नवदुर्गा
प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बे भवानी शंकर माता की जय. Thank you very much, Uncle Roy. Such love, such energy, such devotion to Bhavani Shankar Mata. My dear Pandit Ramji, my dear brother, Sita Ram, other Pandits, Uncle Ban Singh, members of the Shiva Ganesh Mandir, fellow musicians, Kirtan group, mothers, fathers, gurus, Reverend Panditas and Pandits, uncles and aunties, nieces and nephews, cousins, brothers, sisters, friends, children, grandchildren, and their godchildren. I think we covered everybody. Swagatam, welcome this evening. And I also want to welcome tonight our huge virtual audience joining us from all across the world on Facebook Live, and of course, broadcasting live tonight on Bhakti TV out of Trinidad, globally as well. My dear brother Pandit Satyanand Maharaj Ji on Bhakti TV. Blessed are we to be amongst each other tonight in this, the first of 3 sessions, Mahagyan Yagya. You know, not too long ago, and I must say during the months, several months, almost 20 months of lockdown, I kept in touch with our dear Uncle Ban Singh, always checking up on him, you know. And he said to me a couple of months back, he says, Panditji, let's do something. Let us come out of this lockdown mode, so to speak. Everybody's starting to become, I hope everybody's vaccinated now. And that should not stop us from devotion, from praying, from glorifying Bhagwan. And here we are today with the blessings of Bhagwan, and certainly with your love and your blessings in this, our first of 3 sessions. Hari Om Sharanji. It says, Hail to thee, Universal Mother, all glory to thee, victory to thee, Universal Mother, all glory to thee. Thou art the embodiment of the supreme dignity and wealth. I make my obeisances to you, Ma. Save me from the suffering of all kinds of pains. And walking to visit your temple, my feet will feel no strain like it did tonight. All the traffic that we had to put up with to get here tonight. We are here. Against all wrongs, Ma, let my resolve be firm. This beautiful bhajan tonight. I ask all of you to join with me as we sing. Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvarth Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Jagadambe Jai Jagadambe Ma Bolo Jagadambe Jai Jagadambe Ma Jagadambe Jai Jagadambe Ma Jagadambe Jai Jagadambe Ma गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करूं प्रणाम जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ बोलो जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ मुझे बचा दे पीरावों से वज्र हस्त जो तेरे मंदिर आते जाते हाँ थके ना मेरे जय माँ everybody come on sing call her जय माँ feel her energy बोलो ओ जय माँ मुझे बचा दे पीरावों से वज्र हस्त जो तेरे मंदिर आते जाते भाप तके ना मेरे तूने माता सदा बनाई मेरे बिगड़े काम जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ महिमा मैं क्या गाऊं सारी दुनिया जाने उसको विपदा कभी न घेरे जो कोई तुझको माने जय माँ जय माँ, जय माता दी, ओ जय माँ। तेरी महिमा मैं क्या गाऊं, सारी दुनिया जाने। उसको विपदा कभी न घेरे, जो कोई तुझको माने। तेरे दो चरणों में देखे मैंने चारों धाम। जगदम्बे, जय जगदम्बे माँ, बोलो जगदम्बे, जय जगदम्बे माँ। माता तेरे सुमिरन में ये कैसा अमृत पाया। मोह जगत से दूर हुए भय कोई न मन में आया। जय माँ, ओ जय माँ, जय माँ। माता तेरे सुमिरन में ये कैसा अमृत पाया। मोह जगत से दूर हुए भय कोई न मन में आया। तुमको गाऊं तुमको ढाऊं माता सुबह शाम। बोलो जगदम्बे, जगदम्बे, जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे, जय जगदम्बे माँ। Come on devotees, clap your hands with me. Invoke the Shakti of Shakti Devi Mata. Come on. Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma. Oh Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Oh Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Ma. प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बे भवानी शंकर माता की। No, no, no. Let's feel like the energy of the mother is here. प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बे भवानी शंकर माता की। That's more like it. That's more like it. Keep playing in background like that. Good. How do you all feel? Thank you once again for being part of this yajna. In tonight's Katha, we'll examine a very interesting topic, one that we all have, and it's one of the 9 negative qualities that we are all born with. And what is that? It's called anger. During the past 24 hours, I want you to recollect for 1 second. Did you exercise? Did you expose? Did you share any anger with anybody? Well, I'll give you an example. Just about 45, maybe an hour ago, driving here on the 410, I had some anger. Because road rage is a form of anger, not so. But think about this tonight. When we become angry, our mind, we lose our focus. And when we lose our focus, the other senses go out of control. And chances are when we get angry, the most deadliest weapon in this body, which is the tongue. The tongue turns loose. And you say things. Lives we learn should become aware of our anger and how to mitigate this anger. How do we mitigate it? Meaning, how do we get rid of the anger or control it more? Control it. and certainly remove and destroy this anger from us. It is definitely one of the 9 highway robbers. 9 highway robbers that exist in this body. Goswami Tulsidas, Goswami Tulsidas tells us in Ramayana, when Lord Rama asked him, he asked the sage Valmiki, "Oh sage, I'm just going to be in this forest for 14 years. Can you tell me a place where I should reside for the next 14 years? The sage Valmiki speaks to Lord Rama. He says, "O Ram, Kam Krodha Madhman Moha Lobhan Chobhan Ragna Droha जिनके कपट दंभ नहीं माया तिनके हृदय बसहु रघुराया श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम प्रेम से बोलो मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम भगवान रामचंद्र की जय काम क्रोध मदमान मह लोभ अहंकार and so forth, the 9 negative qualities. He says to the sage Valmiki said to Lord Rama, go and reside in the hearts of those who are free from these 9 negative qualities. So lesson number 1 tonight, devotees. If we want Lord Rama, Bhagwan, any form of God, to come and reside in our hearts, firstly, rid ourselves of these 9 negative qualities. Anga being one of them, which we'll deal with tonight. Bhagwan Shri Krishna tells us, by the way, I noticed all of you were singing Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Beautiful. Tomorrow night, we are doing Ramayana because they're celebrating a very special birthday tomorrow night. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet. We'll tell you whose birthday it is. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, on this topic of anger, tells us in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 63. I ask you to sit upright once again as we chant. Prem se bolo Bhakti Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Radhe Radhe. Bhagavan Uvacha Krodhat bhavati samohaha Samohat smriti vibhramaha Smriti bharanshat buddhi nasho Buddhi nashat pranayashati. Prem se bolo Bhakti Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, anger leads to clouding of judgment. We don't think properly, we don't think straight, which results in the bewilderment of memory. We forget. And when memory is bewildered, when we start forgetting, the intellect gets destroyed. We don't think properly. And when the intellect is destroyed, one is ruined. What's the first reaction? What is the first reaction when we have done something wrong? What is the first? Who do we blame? Who do we blame? You blame others? Oh God, if I did know. In Trinidad slang. Oh God, we blame God. Oh God, if I had only known, I would not have done so. I would not have gone there. I would not have said this or said that. The theme and the moral of our katha tonight. Once upon a time, Lord Indra was traveling to Mount Kailash to meet Bhagwan Shiva Shankar along with the sage Brihaspati. Lord Shiva now was aware, he became aware of their arrival and he wanted to test their devotion towards him. So what do you think he did? Lord Shiva met them halfway, as they were coming up to Mount Kailash. Where do you live? Lord Shiva sat quietly without replying to the question of Lord Indra. Lord Indra asked him again and again, but Lord Shiva did not reply. Indra became angry. You see, anger comes into play now. Indra became angry and he tried to attack Lord Shiva with his Vajra, his sword. Can anybody attack Lord Shiva? To destroy him? You see, devotees, Lord Indra is acting out of anger, pure anger. You know, when we as humans become angry, our mind loses focus. It focuses smell, touch, thought. We start losing these. And the only focus when we become angry, think about this now. When someone, let's say Chalisa gets me angry, you don't get me angry. The only thing that is my focus is how do I get rid of that anger? In other words, how do I get back at that person for making me angry? Not so. If someone gets you angry, are you going to be passive? Human tendency, normal human behavior is to respond. And based on our traits, based on our swabhava, our outlook, based on our upbringing, and certainly based on our temperament. Some people may say even based on the moon. You know, we have a saying in Trinidad, some people work by the moon, full moon. It does. It has magnetic effects. When someone makes you angry, our modus operandi is to get back at that person, to nullify it. Lord Shiva now paralyzed the hands of Indra. Imagine Lord Shiva blue in color. His eyes now became red with anger, which made Indra frightened. Lord Shiva, anger. Let's see the connection now. Sage Brihaspati, who was able to recognize the hermit as in fact none other than Bholinath, Bhagwan Shiva. He prayed now to Lord Shiva prayer and diverted the power of his radiant eyes now instead of to Indra, to the sea. The power of Lord Shiva, let me explain. When Lord Shiva, when Kamadev approached Lord Shiva and was trying to distract him, Lord Shiva opened that Tejas, the third eye, and burned Kamadev to ashes. If Lord Shiva did the same thing to Indra, he would have burnt him to ashes. Thanks to Brihaspati, the sage was there. And that Tejas, that fire from his eyes went into the ocean. Now the ocean, we call it Sagar. Sagar, the ocean. Lord Shiva now went back to Mount Kailash. And Indra and sage Brihaspati now, they returned to their own homes. That Tejas, that light from Lord Shiva's eyes that had been directed now to the ocean, it resulted into the manifestation of a small child. And this child now began to cry so loudly that fear was created everywhere. The deities and the sages went to Lord Brahma and they asked him now to assure them to name that child and to tell his future. In other words, to open the patra, open book as we say, you know. They asked Lord Brahma. The child pressed on Lord Brahma's neck with such power that tears began to roll down from the eyes of Lord Brahma. And for this reason, that child's name was Jalandhar. Jal, the tears, the water flowing from the eyes. Jalandhar. Tonight's katha is about this demon called Jalandhar. Lord Brahma said to the ocean, Sagar, this child will become the king of the demons, and no deity will be able to stop him except Lord Shiva, Bholinath. And after Lord Brahma returned to his abode, Sagar, now the sea god, took that child to his home and brought it up with love and the utmost care like we would with any child. Jalandhar grew up to be a very strong and a very devout Rakshas. And he even got married to Vrinda, the daughter of Kalnemi. And later he became the king of the demons. And one day, sage Bhrigu came to meet Jalandhar. And Jalandhar and the sage Bhrigu now, they went into a conversation. And Jalandhar asked him, who was the one who severed the head of Rahu? Do you all have the Navagraha Murtis in the mandir? You do. If you look at the 9 Murtis of the Navgraha, you'll see one is missing a head, and that's Rahu. And then sage Bhrigu told him about Hiranyakashipu, who was the maternal uncle of Rahu. So you see the whole connection? And sage Bhrigu now told him about Virochana, the son of the mighty king Bali. He also narrated the story of the churning of the ocean, Samudra Mathan, and how that nectar emerged from the churning of the ocean. He continued now to ask, how was Rahu's head severed by Lord Vishnu while Rahu was sitting amongst the deities when that nectar was coming out of the ocean, if you remember the story correctly, and being distributed? Tonight, there's a beautiful katha about that. We'll come back maybe some other time to Shiv Ganesh Mandir and we'll read that katha for you. But Jalandhar now became angry after listening to the accounts of how Rahu lost his head. And he sent one of his messengers named Ghasmar to Indra to ask him why he took all the wealth of his father, the sea god, which emerged during the churning of the ocean. Jalandhar also instructed Ghasmar to warn Indra about the dire consequences unless he takes refuge in him. Indra sent back a message with Khamsar without any specific assurance, and he made sure that Jalandhar was even more angry now as he proceeded to attack Lord Indra with his entire army. Devotees, a fierce battle was fought between the armies of Jalandhar and the deities, and many warriors died from both sides. The Shukracharya, the guru of the demons, he brought the dead warriors from the demon side back to life with his Mritya Sanjeevani Vidya. Mritya Sanjeevani Vidya, the knowledge of medicine. And the sage Brihaspati brought back the dead warriors from deities with the help of medicinal herbs. When Shukracharya saw that Brihaspati was also successful in also making the dead deities alive, he instructed Jalandhar to submerge the Dronagiri mountains. So this Dronagiri mountain had all the herbs were growing on this mountain. So if he submerged it in the water, in the ocean, there will be no more herbs. Devotees, he instructed him to submerge the sea, submerge this mountain. In Ramayana, we go to take a quick trip to the Ramayana tonight. When Hanumanji went to the same mountains to retrieve the herbs, the Sanjeevani herbs, when Lakshman was shot, as you recall correctly, Goswami Tulsidas Ji will tell us tonight in Ramayana. In Ramayana, he says, Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Dekh Sailna Ausad Chinha सहस गति उपारी गिरी लीना बोलो श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा गही गिरने से नाभ धावत भयो गही गिरने से नाभ धावत भयो अवधपुरी ऊपर राकपि गयो राकपि गयो राम राकपि Sing everybody, come on, bolo. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Bolo. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama Rama. Jai Jai Rama Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Bolo. Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. प्रेम से बोलो मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम भगवान रामचंद्र की जय. Devotees Goswami Tulsidas, she tells us, देखा सैल ना औषध चिन्हा, सहसा कपि उपारी गिरि लीन्हा. गही गिरि निसी नभ धावत भयो, अवधपुरी उपार कपि गए. Many writers said, have written, that when Hanumanji came upon this mountain of the herbs, he became confused. He didn't know which herb to pick. That's not true. Because you see, Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi Ke Data, Asavaradina Janaki Mata. Hanumanji studied and mastered the 64 avenues of Satya Sanatan Dharma in 60 hours. All of our scriptures. He was a master Sanskrit. He mastered knowledge of Sanskrit. Hanumanji was not confused, devotees. Don't be misled. Chaupai tells us, Hanumanji, being as smart as he was, let me ask you something. If you pluck a plant or flower from its root, if you uproot it or you pick the flower, what happens to it after an hour? It wilts, not so. Eventually it will dry. It loses its potency. My Lord was no foolish monkey. This Vanar, this celestial being, the 11th incarnation of Bhagwan Shiva Shankar's Rudra Avatar, he thought to himself, if he were to take these herbs out of the ground, by the time he gets 800 yojanas down to Lanka, they will lose its potency. What did he do? He picked up the entire mountain. And this is why he took the mountain away. Devotees, similarly tonight in our Katha, Brihaspati was instructed to use these herbs to cure the Rakshasas. They fled the battlefields. Then Jalandhar captured Swargaloka. The deities went to Lord Vishnu and they asked for his help. Devotees, let me ask you a question tonight, all of you. How do you approach Bhagwan? In your own minds, answer yourself. How do you approach Bhagwan? I'm sure all of you did your puja this morning before you left your home for work or school. How do you approach Bhagwan? Do we just light a diya? Sometimes we don't light a diya. I'll see you later, Bhagwan. Light a diya, Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva, and we're out the door. How do we approach Bhagwan? Tonight, in this next part of the Katha, we will see how the Rakshasas, even though they had all of these negative qualities and they did so many atrocities, their intensity of prayer. People like Ravan who stood on one leg for days and called with the Mahamrityunjay mantra. God responds even to the Rakshas. And when Ravan died, what happened to his soul? Yes, he got moksha. He died right there. He merged with Prabhu Sri Ram. Even though he was a Rakshas, because of the intensity of prayer, I ask you tonight, the moral of this first night of this Gyan Yajna. We've had 20 months in seclusion in our homes. How much time did we sit in front of our altar and pray? How much time does it average out with the number of hours spent on the cell phone, on YouTube, on Facebook, etc., etc., etc.? I'm not here to bash anybody. I do it too. But how much time did we sit in front of that altar and just chant, just sit in solitude? This is devotion. This is the intensity. We laugh at these fellas, no? We laugh at Ravan and Hiranyakashpa and Jalandhar and all these Rakshasas. But look at the intensity of their prayer. They are teaching us this lesson tonight. Even though they had all of the 9 negative qualities, they are now ready now to receive moksha. You and I can do this, devotees. You know, I ask devotees this question many times. When was the last time you had a heart-to-heart conversation with your God? We all sit and perform puja. Panditji does beautiful puja, all with the pandits. Beautiful puja. But when was the last time you sat and you had a heart-to-heart conversation with God? And by the way, God understands English. But most importantly, God understands the language of the heart. And what is the language of the heart? Love. L-O-V-E. The most powerful 4-letter word in this entire universe. You know, did you feel the presence of God when you spoke to him or her in whatever form? Did your body tingle? Did the paws stand in your hands? I don't have much hair, so it couldn't stand in my head, but my hands, definitely. Did the tears roll down? Let me ask the Bhajanavalis, when you sing sometimes, you sang so beautifully, all of you. Don't you feel the tears, Uncle Roy? The tears flow. That is devotion, that is intensity. That's when you and your Lord are one, you're connected. You have established that protocol and nobody can take that away. And that's something you cannot buy in the store, by the way. And I love all my Pandit brothers and Pandita sisters. No Pandit can give you that. That is something you earn. That is something you have to earn. Tonight, here at the Shiva Ganesh Mandir, amongst our virtual Yagshala, as well as all of the viewers on Bhakti TV, let us awaken that divinity. Let us awaken that Shakti. Singing now and chanting the praises with this powerful calling to Lord Vishnu. I want you to look at the Murti of Lord Vishnu tonight. If you sit upright and you look at that Murti, fix that image in your mind and sing from your heart tonight. Exerting all the love that resides in the deepest chambers of your heart. And as you sing tonight, I want you to let go and let God. And allow Bhagwan Shri Vishnu to remove the pain and suffering that is amongst us. There's so much pain and suffering. So many loved ones we have lost. Tonight, as we sing this very simple but very powerful, I call it a bone-chilling chant, you'll feel the energy, the intensity. Prem se bolo Shri Satya Narayan Bhagavan ki Jai. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Sing with me. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Satya. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Satya. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Om Jai Sat Guru Deva. Prem se bolo, sing. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Hari Bol. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Lovely. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Satya. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Satya. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Om Jai Sat Guru Deva. Satya Narayan, 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 oh. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Satya Narayan, 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 oh. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Hari Bol. Narayan, Narayan, oh. Narayan, सतगुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण हरि बोल नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सतगुरुदेवा ओम जय सतगुरुदेवा ओम जय सतगुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सत्य गुरुदेवा प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय. Did you feel the energy? You know, it has a calming effect. Whether it's Rama, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, yes, Jehovah, Jesus, any form of God. One of our mantras says, Sarvaloka Ekanatham, in all of the universes. He has many names, but He is one. Our Katha continues tonight. As the Devas now, they ask Lord Vishnu for his assistance to deal with Jalandhar. Lord Vishnu agreed to help, but the goddess Lakshmi now, who is his consort, she considered Jalandhar as her brother because they both came out of the churning of the ocean. You all remember the Katha very well. Mahalakshmi, one of the 14 items that came out of the churning of the ocean. So she considered him a brother. And she asked Lord Vishnu, Swami, please do not kill Jalandhar. Lord Vishnu then promised her that he will not kill him. And he went now to fight, to do battle with Jalandhar. A fierce battle was fought between these two powerful individuals, Lord Vishnu and Jalandhar. Remember, the only person who could have killed him was Bhagwan Shiva. It remained indecisive now till the end. And Lord Vishnu became very much impressed by the skills and the valiance of Jalandhar. And he asked him, "Oh Jalandhar, demand whatever boon you would like." Jalandhar requested them to make Ksheer Sagar. What is Ksheer Sagar? The ocean of milk. He says, "I want you to make Ksheer Sagar as the abode of Jalandhar, along with my sister Mahalakshmi." Hence, Lord Vishnu resides on Sheshnag in Ksheer Sagar, the ocean of milk. So you see the connection tonight. Lord Vishnu now agreed to fulfill his wish, and he began to live in Ksheer Sagar along with his consort Mahalakshmi. And being undefeated by Lord Vishnu, Jalandhar became the ruler of all three worlds. All of his subjects were satisfied by his virtual rule, except the deities. And like any ruler, any head of state, when you attain too much power, what is the result? Let's look around this world today. Right down here in the Caribbean, we have a few of them. When you attain too much power, you self-destruct. One of those things that they attain in that power is the ego, the ahankar, the abhiman. And they forget about everything. The mind is only on me, my, and I. They pat themselves in the back. And that's the biggest mistake. That is the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the end of Ravan, if you remember correctly. Devotees, in this world today we have many of these. When that battle was finished now, the deities prayed to Bhagwan Shiva to seek his help, because he was the only one who could destroy Jalandhar. And according to the wish of Bhagwan Shiva, Narad Muni now came to meet with the deities. And the deities narrated their woeful tales to him. Narad Muni then went to meet Jalandhar and received a grand reception by Jalandhar, which pleased him very much. Narad Muni now praised the splendors and prosperity of Jalandhar, but said it was nothing in comparison to Lord Shiva's splendors. What are the splendors or unique attributes of Bhagwan Shiva? We all pray to Bhagwan Shiva. Mahashivratri is coming up in February. Tonight, let us try to understand some of the glories or characteristics of Bhagwan. Tonight I ask you to let the floodgates of devotion, spirituality and bhakti, prema, love and divinity and grace open. This mandir is very, very famous and well known for this. The energy level is immaculate in here. Whenever I come here, the tears are ready to open, the tear gates, as they say. Let us engulf this entire building tonight, this entire planet, and all of you joining us virtually, wherever you are in this world tonight, with all love for Bholenath. Let this love emanate across all the airwaves and flow into every single one of us, in our hearts, our minds and bodies and souls. And especially tonight, if you know of anyone who is sick and suffering, I personally know of many. I get calls every day. Those also who are tonight listening to us, whether you're in an ICU, whether you're in a hospital bed, whether you're in a hospice, you're just recovering at home, or someone's taking care of you tonight, do not give up. Instead, let go, let God. Tonight, let go and let Shiva. We sing tonight, glorify. Tonight I ask all of you, come on, clap your hands, sing, chant, show the love for Bhagwan. Prem se bolo Umapati Mahadeva ki. Before we continue tonight, let me have a lovely round of applause for all of the musicians and singers here tonight. Doing an amazing job. Thank you. Dhimika dhimika dim damru baje prem magan nachat bhola prem magan nachat bhola prem magan nachat bhola bam bam bhola bam bam bhola bam bam bhola 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 Hari Bol bhola bam bam bhola 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 प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला बोलो प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला दिमिक दिमिक दिम डमरू बाजे प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला दिमिक दिमिक दिम डमरू बाजे प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला बम बम भोला बम बम भोला बम बम भोला 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 हरि बोल भोला बम भोला बम बम भोला 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 बजावत गावत लचक रही भगली झोला बम बम भोला भोला बम बम भोला 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 सिंगीनाद बजावत गावत लचक रही भगली झोला दिमिक दिमिक दिम डमरू बाजे प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला भोला बम भोला बम बम भोला 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 हरि बोल भोला बम बम भोला 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 नाग फनन सो करत आरती देव देव गति अनमोला नाग फनन सो करत आरती देव देव गति अनमोला बम भोला बम भोला बम बम भोला 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 बोलो बम भोला बम भोला बम बम भोला 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 बाल चंद्र सिर गंगा लहरे हाथ लई भांगी गोला हाल चंद्र सिर गंगा लहरे हाथ लई भंग की गोला बम भोला मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। कदिम कदिम डमरू बाजे, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। बम भोला बम भोला बम बम भोला 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 भोला। बम बम भोला 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 भोला। बम भोला बम बम भोला 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 भोला। बम भोला बम बम भोला 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 भोला। प्रेम से बोलो महापति महादेव की जय भोलेनाथ। Our katha continues, devotees. Narad Muni now speaks to Jalandhar. Narad Muni said to him, in spite of all his authority and splendors, his prosperity was still incomplete. Why? As he did not have a consort. He was not married. And Jalandhar asked him, where could he find a consort? Narad told Jalandhar, now, go and make Mother Parvati, listen carefully now, go and make Mother Parvati your consort. Mother Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva, Bhavani Shankar Ma. You see, Jalandhar now fell into Narad Muni's trap. It was a trap. And he sent Rahu to Lord Shiva with a proposal to part with Mata Parvati. Rahu went to Lord Shiva and demanded Parvati, which made Lord Shiva very, very, very angry. Anger again, you see. His anger resulted now into the creation of a ferocious creature, which ran towards Rahu now to devour him, to eat him up. Rahu had no option but to take refuge in Bhagwan Shiva Shankar. And Lord Shiva protected the life of Rahu. Rahu went back now to Jalandhar and narrated the whole story to him, this episode. Jalandhar now decided to attack Mount Kailash with his army. Who else in our scriptures tried to attack Mount Kailash? Do you all remember? Anybody remembers? Ravana. Another beautiful katha. I'll just give you the synopsis of it. Ravan was given Shivlingam, and he was not to put it down. He was to take that Shivlingam back to Lanka. And it is said, if that lingam had arrived in Lanka, we would have been speaking a different language today. Ravan would have become invincible. But you see, he tried to fly over with the Pushpak Viman with that lingam over Mount Kailash. Up to this day, nothing flies over Mount Kailash. Did you know this? Because of the energy. Some of us have been there. Hopefully I will be blessed to go there soon, after the pandemic. Nothing flies over Mount Kailash. It is so powerful. But Ravan, Abhimani, he wants to know why he couldn't fly over Mount Kailash. So what did he do? Nandi, the vehicle of Bhagwan Shiva, was guarding Mount Kailash. When Ravan approached, Nandi says, no, you cannot go up there. Bhagwan is relaxing with Mother Parvati. Ravan, in all his arrogance now, he took his 20 arms and he started to shake Mount Kailash. He even wanted to climb it up. But no one up to this day can climb Mount Kailash. Devotees, Lord Shiva with his big toe, with his little toe, he pressed on Mount Kailash like this. And he pinned Ravan below Mount Kailash. Ravan had to stay there for years upon years. And what did he do? He was given instructions. Sing, puja, chant the name of Bhagwan Shiva. Call upon him. And after many years, it was then that Lord Shiva let him go and he returned back to Lanka. You see? Devotees, when Jalandhar now attacked Mount Kailash, a fierce battle began with the servants, Shivaganas, and Jalandhar, the demons. And when he realized that Lord Shiva had begun to dominate the battle, he created beautiful Apsaras and Gandharvas, which is mystical powers, Jadoo, black magic as we call it, to divert the attention of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva and his Ganas became enchanted by the beauty of these Apsaras. And they stopped fighting and started now watching their mesmerizing dance. They were damsels dancing with their music. In the meantime, Jalandhar now, he went to Ma Parvati disguised as Lord Shiva. Can anyone fool the Divine Mother? Have you any doubt in your mind? Can someone fool the Divine Mother? Devotees, Goddess Parvati, being enchanted, Jalandhar now being enchanted by the beauty of Goddess Parvati, he looked at her with his evil intentions, but he was immobilized by her wrath. You see, the Divine Mother, she's all loving, all encompassing, and she protects her children. She loves all her children equally. But if you go to her with these types of intentions, what do you expect the outcome to be? Goddess Parvati then went to Lord Vishnu and narrated the whole tale. And she requested Lord Vishnu to go to Jalandhar's wife, Vinda, in the disguise of Jalandhar now, in the same way to play a trick on her. With the help of the divine powers, Lord Vishnu created many inauspicious dreams while Vrinda was asleep. And after the illusionary powers now created by Jalandhar had ended, all of the apsaras, all of these damsels, they disappeared. Lord Shiva now realized that whatever he was watching was nothing more than an illusion. Lord Shiva, he resumed the battle, and the demons Shumbha and Nishumba, you may remember them from Devi Mahapurana. Shumbha and Nishumba came forth now to fight with him, but they ultimately had to be destroyed and removed from the battlefield. Then Jalandhar now arrived to fight with Bhagwan Shiva, and a fierce battle commenced between them. And Lord Shiva severed the head of Jalandhar by his chakra, a chakra which had been created from his toe. You all know what the chakra is, right? Sudarshan chakra is Lord Vishnu's. And after his death now, Jalandhar's soul united with that of Bhagwan Shiva. Here we have another example, as I told you in the beginning of the Katha, where these Rakshas, because of the intensity of their prayer and their power and their devotion to God, they are able to reap that blessing. We'll sing that classical bhajan first now on Bhagwan Shiva. A beautiful bhajan tonight. And we'll have Anisaji sing this bhajan for us in classical style as we praise Bhagwan Shiva. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki.
जय 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 शिव अविनाशी जय 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 शिव अविनाशी जय 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 शिव अविनाशी हर का पाप कटत अमवासी हर का पाप कटत अमवासी जय 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 शिव अविनाशी जय 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 शिव
Thank you very much, Anisa ji, for that beautiful bhajan. Jai, 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 Shiva Vinashi. My dear brothers and sisters, tonight, we have extracted one of the many great examples of destruction caused by anger from our holy scriptures. And certainly, we should have we should be better aware tonight of this very dangerous and negative quality, especially in our leaders, in our teachers, in those in high positions who set an example for others to follow. Many people act as they please, but they can never escape from the consequences of our actions. Karma. Whether one is a pamara, a simpleton, or mahaniya, a noble soul, one has to face the consequences or results of one's actions. And let no one be under the illusion that one can commit sin and get away, as we say, or go scot-free. No, it doesn't work like that. Hence, one should inquire before undertaking any activity, especially speaking. Be conscious. It has repercussions, devotees. You may not see today, but as long as you live on this earth, it will come back to you. Hence, always inquire before any activity to make sure it is good or bad. And wherever you go, the results of your actions will follow you like a shadow. However, it is possible to escape from the consequences of action by the grace of God. God is always by our side, saying, Tathastu, Tathastu, so shall it be. Man is not taking cognizance of the truth, you see. And we are always indulging in wicked deeds. He knows pretty well that what is good and what is bad, but yet unable to give up these evil ways. Why? Because of status, because of power, because of control, because of fame, fortune. No one can comprehend the ways of God. It's fathomless. And they are beyond description. And you may think that you can commit a mistake and feel that no one else has seen you. But guess what? Isn't God omnipresent? Here, there, and everywhere. It is said that when we are born with two scribes, Chitra and Gupta. And every single thought, word, and deed is recorded. And at our time of departure from this earth, it's played back like we don't have video recorders anymore, like a DVD player or stream. It's played back. It's like the Hansas, a recording of every single word, thought, and deed. Could you imagine this? That you have committed on this earth, good or bad? The consequences of our actions will always haunt us wherever we go. And one should be judged not by his external appearance, but by internal. His internal by his good words, thoughts, and deeds. One may look noble and speak in a pleasing manner, but one's actions may not be in consonance with one's words. And you may undertake a number of good activities, yet you cannot escape from the consequences of your past, because you will always have to bear this truth in mind. You see, anger, pride, and other passions reduce us to a level of lunatic and sometimes degrades us to the level of animalistic behavior. Therefore, it is very necessary that we should recognize Vigyan, Pragyan, and Sujan, which are latent in people, and it directs them across the proper channels to achieve the highest state of bliss. The cause for all troubles, confusion, and turmoil is the fact that we have lost mastery of our senses. And by leaving the senses unfettered, unregulated, we will not be able to discriminate properly, think coolly, calmly, and rationally. Thus, many times we are misled into wrong actions. It is said anger is like an intoxicant. Internally, it induces us to do wrong things. And this is the source of all sins. That is a great demon. That is a great demon. In the case of Vishwamitra, we know all the good that he acquired through tapas, all his tapasya. It was nullified by his one evil, which was anger. And the merit he had accumulated through tapas, undertaken of thousands of years, it was lost in just one moment of anger. We don't even need to go far as Vishwamitra. Tonight, I say to you, in our daily lives, we know that when we become angry, our nerves become weak and feeble, and we lose grip over ourselves. Even a moment of anger takes away our strength that we gather by even eating food for 3 months. Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba tells us this. Anger not only debilitates us and takes away the merit of our good deeds, but it enfeebles our condition. And if we are able to control this anger, we shall then be in a position to attain the merit through the utterance of the Lord's name. Finally tonight, let me ask you a question. How many of you have heard the term Narikela? Anybody know what that is? Narikela? Nariyal. You've heard Nariyal, no? Nariyal? Coconut. Yes, in Bhojpuri. Narikela stands, or it means coconut. And every devotee must grasp this inner meaning of offering a coconut. Why do we offer a coconut when we do puja? Do we know? Because the Devi likes it, or Bhagwan likes it. You see, we never offer the coconut as is, right? We remove the fiber that covers this coconut and offer that fruit that is inside, free from any external fiber. Only then it becomes possible to break that coconut. And by breaking the coconut, what happens? The purest form of water comes out of it. You see, devotees, our heart is like that coconut. And it's covered with this fiber. The fiber of what? Desire. I want, I want, I want, I want. That's all it is. The water flows out is the samskar of purification of that coconut when it's broken. And the fibers again, desires. But when we strip our hearts now of the desires and we offer that core of the coconut with the jelly, without the water, it becomes the purest form of offering that you can make to Bhagwan. It becomes an offering fit for the gods. If we aim at a state of no birth, remember, no birth meaning I do not want to come back in this planet, on this planet. I want to go home for liberation, to go by Bhagwan Shri Vishnu, Vaikuntha Loka. End this cycle of birth and death. If we plant a coconut as is, in the course of time, by watering it, another plant will grow. By the way, the coconut has how many eyes? 3 eyes. How many of those eyes will shoot a plant? Only one. Meaning, be single focused. Even though there are 3, only one will sprout. Be single focused. That's purity when we become single focused. As long as we perform our samskars, offerings, puja and so forth, our heart will always cling to the body consciousness. And just that kernel of the coconut will cling to the fruit. It's very difficult to take the fruit out from a dried coconut, not so. Control the senses. It will keep us and help us to get rid of all of these evil tendencies. And when our mind is troubled by bad thoughts, try to sit in a place of quiet, serene, and think of God. Like I said to you, for the past 20 months, I would hope and pray that you have at least carved out maybe half an hour, even 15 minutes to sit just like this in a quiet place. Turn off the TV and everything else and just sit and just sing Narayana, Narayana, and you'll feel like the tears roll out from your eyes. Devotees, try it when you go home tonight or tomorrow. Take that opportunity while you have it to call the name of God in silence and solitude. Tune everybody and everything else out and only single focus on Bhagwan. Tonight, Namasmaran, chanting the name of God. Several great saints, have taught this path of acquiring control over all senses. And their senses of the saints, that is, they were never touched by temptations. What is offered to God is totally free from defects. and imperfections. We never take rotten fruit or stale fruit and offer it to Bhagwan, no? Don't we? No. Always we look for the best, the freshest, the ones that are very beautiful. It is our selfless, unconditional love that allows us to make these offerings to Bhagwan. Tonight, we dedicate this katha to all those loved ones, many who have gone to the beyond over the past 20 months due to COVID-19 and due to other complications as well. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. It is my hope and prayer that you have gained some sort of knowledge from this katha tonight that will empower you to think carefully before you act, and hopefully to calm that negativity of anger and push it to the back. Let it not come into play. Let it not be controlled. Let it not control your speech and the way you interact with people. As we close tonight, let us chant and glorify Bhagwan Shiva again. This beautiful bhajan, it says, let the sound of the Damaru reverberate the names of Bhagwan Shiva. Reverberates, the name of Bhagwan Shiva. Age after age, that divine light has been and shall ever be the only illuminator of this universe. Decorated on his forehead is the moon who wears a garland of venomous snakes and whose body vibrates with the sound of creation, and who is the auspicious protector of the universe. When called upon, all sorrows are removed from the lives of his devotees. I repeat, all sorrows are removed from the lives of his devotees. Once again, the poet, the late Dadaji, Pandit Hari Om Sharanji. Let us sing. Karapur Garam Karunavataram Samsar Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayaravindeya Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Jai Shiva Shankar, Jai Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar Shambho. Dam 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 dam. दम 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 डमरू बजाए शिव शंकर कैलाश, युग युग सोया जी जगाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति। दम 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 डमरू बजाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति, युग युग सोया जी जगाए शिव शंकर। एवरीबॉडी बोलो हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय, हर हर हर। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय। माथे ऊपर तिलक चंद्रमा, पहरे नाग की माला। माथे ऊपर तिलक चंद्रमा, पहरे नाग की माला। डमरू की धड़कन पे नाचे सृष्टि का धड़कन पे नाचे सृष्टि का रखवाला। निज भक्तन के कष्ट मिटाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति, युग युग सोया जी जगाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय, हर हर हर। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय। जटा झूठ से चरती गंगा, बहरे नाग की माला। जटा झूठ से चरती गंगा, भव के ताप मिटाती। धरती और प्यासे जीवों की मैया प्यास बुझाती। धरती और प्यासे जीवों की मैया प्यास बुझाती। निज कृपा जग से बरसाए, शिव शंकर कैलाशपति। युग युग सोया जीव जगाए, शिव शंकर कैलाशपति। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय, हर हर हर। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय। मंगल गौरी नाम है उनका, वो है शक्ति दाता। मंगल गौरी नाम है उनका, वो है शक्ति दाता। भाव सागर से तर जाए जो शिव नाम है गाता। भाव सागर से तर जाए जो शिव नाम है गाता। मोह माया से मन को चुराए, शिव शंकर कैलाशपति। युग युग सोया जी जगाए, शिव शंकर कैलाशपति। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय। प्रेम से बोलो महापति महादेव की जय। Sit upright for a few minutes, devotees. कथा विसर्जन होतु है, सुनो वीर हनुमान। रामा लक्ष्मण जानकी सदा करो कल्याण। एक घड़ी आदो घड़ी आदो मैं पुनियाद। तुलसी संघट साढ़ी के घटे खोट अपराध। श्रोता सबया संग गए, शंभु गए कैलाश। रामायण मम हृदय महा आन करहु तुम पास। प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की जय। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम भगवान रामचंद्र की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। बाके बिंद्रावन बिहारी लाल की जय। पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। प्रेम से बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय। I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your participation, your love, your devotion to Bhagwan. Those of you joining us as well across the world tonight, live on Bhakti TV as well as on Facebook Live. Thank you all so much. Tomorrow night, you're in for a treat because we are celebrating the birthday, the 16th birthday of dear beloved Panditji, Pandit Ramji. Tomorrow night, please join us from 7 to 9 p.m. We'll probably go a little bit later tomorrow night because, of course, it's a birthday celebration. And as per his request, we'll be chanting the pages, the golden pages of Sri Ramcharitamanas, Goswami Tulsidas Ji's Ramayana. So please come, and of course this yajna will conclude on Sunday morning from 10 to 12 noon. So thank you for all. I know we have many of you from Scarborough, from Ajax, Pickering, etc. And those of you here in Brampton, Mississauga, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Once more, please let's give a lovely round of applause for all of the singers and musicians here tonight, doing such a wonderful job. And before we go into Arati, I would like to ask now Uncle Dadaji, Uncle Ban Singh, to please come to the front and to share his remarks with us. Give Uncle a nice round of applause. Always hardworking and very dedicated to Satya Sanatan Vedic Dharma. We'd like to say also hello and Sitaram to Tropical TV, Chalisa, and of course Didiji. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening. Really appreciate it.
Maryada Parashottam Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai. Give our Vyasya a big round of applause as he has presented such a beautiful katha from the Ramcharitmanas. Panditji, I must thank you, congratulate you, doing a wonderful job, and very happy indeed as you responded to our invitation for this Gyan Yag. Now I see that the beautiful katha you have done, we have learned quite a lot, and especially when speaking from the Ramcharitmanas, which is one of my favorite texts, you know. And we have here Pandit Ram, and we have Gilson as our slogan today. Give them a big round of applause. Of myself, all the members of the Shri Ganesh Mandir, I must congratulate each and every one of you. I thought we were going to have more people, but you know, this new virus coming out and going and things coming, it's kind of holding people back from coming out to many mandirs. I see our beautiful Kirtan group. Give them a big round of applause. And today I happen to see Rajmani and beautiful Chalisa and beautiful Rajmani. Give them a round of applause. As you know, Rajmani and Chalisa are doing such a wonderful job on this television program. Every time I call and I say something, they always right away immediately respond and put it beautifully. And I must thank them very much. Raj, Chalisa, you're doing a wonderful, wonderful job. I heard it's a great program that elevated Dharma to the highest extent. Devotees, approaching very shortly from now is Mahashivratri. I think it's on the 28th of February is Mahashivratri. And as our customary habits, we will start from 5 in the afternoon and we will go until 7 the next day. I think it's a Friday, Saturday. It's a Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Monday is Mahashivratri, and officiating for the 3 nights Mahashivratri Yajna. I wonder who's coming. I will tell you who is coming. No less a person than Pandit Bodhilal Maharaj from Florida. So I'm inviting each and every one of you to come out in the large numbers and listen to Pandit Bodhilal Maharaj as he will be officiating for the 3 nights, and we will finish the next day in the morning at least 6, 7 o'clock we all will go. So devotees, as I said, thank each and every one of you for responding positively to this invitation. And our Vyasi had did a wonderful, wonderful job. Especially I could sit down and listen to him all night. And reading from the Ramcharitmanas, it really touches my heart because I love Shri Ram and Hanumanji very much. So thank you all, and don't forget, this year ends, we have 2 more nights left, right? So, so we have 2 more nights, not 3. I know sometime I'll book you for 3 every year. So thank you so much, and Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Uncle Ban Singh, for such a wonderful words of wisdom. Panditji, we have Havan perform, no? Yes? Havan first, no? Yeah. Already done? Okay, good. All right, so Havan is already performed, so we'll go right into Arati. before you stand, Farati, I just share two thoughts with you. One, Gautama Buddha, he once said, holding on to anger is like grasping hot coals. You ever touch hot coals? Holding on to anger, he says, is like Thank you. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. Think about this when you get angry. But you are the one who ends up getting burned because you're holding it in your hands. So let go and let God tonight, because He or she will always have your back. As we say, once you have implicit faith in Bhagwan, nothing else matters. Tonight, I ask all of you to please stand with love as we sing Bhagwan Shiva's Arati. यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मयन्तर्कृतानि च तानि तानि विनाशन्ति प्रदक्षिणां पदे पदे जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु शिव ओंकारा बोलो जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव अर्धांगी धारा जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु शिव ओंकारा एकानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजे हंसासन गरुरासन वृषवाहन साजे ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव दो भुज चार चतुर्भुज दस भुज अति सोहे तीनों रूप निरखता त्रिभुवन मन मोहे ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव अक्षमाला वनमाला मुंडमाला ढारी चंद्रन मिग मग सोहे हाले शशिधारी ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव श्वेतांबर पीतांबर भागंबर अंगे ब्रह्मादिक सनकादिक भूतादिक संगे ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव कर्माधे कमंडलु चक्र त्रिशूल धरता जग करता जग हरता जग पालन करता ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव जानत अविवेका प्रणवाक्षर में शोभित ये तीनों एका ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव त्रिभुवन स्वामी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी मनवांचित फल पावे ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु शिव ओंकारा प्रभु शिव ओंकारा, प्रभु शिव ओंकारा, प्रभु शिव ओंकारा। We clasp our hands in prayer, gently close our eyes and bow our heads. हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको कीजिए, लीजिए हमको शरण में, हम सदाचारी बने, ब्रह्मचारी धर्म रक्ष वीर व्रतधारी बने। ओम विश्वानी देवा सवितर दुर्तानि परास्वा यत्पदरम तनास्वा। प्रभु, we come before you tonight as your children. We bow before you, Lord. We ask for your blessings. Remove this negative quality of anger amongst the 8 others that exist in us, Prabhu. We thank all those coming from near and far, and those who could not be here for one reason or the other. We pray for all our devotees tonight joining us virtually all over the world tonight. We bring the blessings of Shiva Ganesh Mandir in this beautiful ashram. All the devotees assembled here, channeling it out to each and every one. It is our hope that this satsang, this first night of Yajna, would have enlightened you in some way and instill that form of divinity, that spark of divinity in your every thought, word and deed. May you always be blessed, may you always be happy, and may you always live in peace. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhus Cha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vinya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Asato Ma Satgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. From untruth, lead us on to truth. From darkness, lead us on to light. And from death, lead us on to eternity. Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhutim, Paramam Vichetram Leela Vibhutim, Paramatma Ishtha Moksha Pradhatam, Baba Vibhutim Idamastayami. Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhutim, Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhutim. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shiva Hare Shiva Rama Sake Prabhu, Trivedutap Nivaran He Vidhu, Aj Janeshwar Yadav Pahi Ma, Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Balam. Panji, please take the water, Jal, and sprinkle it on all of the devotees, please. Gajananam Saraswati Shiva Chaturbhujam Namamiyo, Sharanyanam Namamite Karut Jobhi Kanchanam Sadaiva Mangalam Kuru. Gaya Prayagane Mishar Ko Sastani Cha Mathura, Haripurischa Kaunsile Sikasi Durgarastutha, Karut Jobhi Kanchanam Sadaiva Mangalam Kuru. Matsya Kurma Bamanam Narsingh Rupara Hari, Vyasasta Rama Krishna Yo Kalanki Voda Vastutha, Karut Jobhi Kanchanam Sadaiva Mangalam Kuru. O Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Garudatja, Mangalam Pundarikaksha, Mangalaitano Hari. Bow to the ground, Guru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parah Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, बाके वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, आदि शक्ति भवानी शंकर माता की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय, भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय। जय जय सीताराम सबको।
प्रेम से बोलो व्यास महाराज की जय।
Koti Koti Dhanyavad. I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow from 7 to whenever, as we'll be celebrating Pandit Ram's birthday. Please come prepared to listen to the beautiful Ramayana Katha and Hanumanji Katha as well. And certainly we'll have lots more bhajans towards the end of the program as we'll celebrate Panditji's birthday. Anybody else in the audience is celebrating their birthdays in the month of December? Okay. No problem, we'll be back. You know, it is said that God saved the best for last. That's why certain people are born in December. Eh? Hint, hint. Thank you very much. Remember, love all, serve all. And when you leave the door today, don't take any anger with you. All right? Thank you. We love you all and we'll see you tomorrow. Jai Shri Ram.